Just on cost of living, here's a little bit of what the Prime Minister had to say.
I know that families, many of them are doing it really tough, but they would have done it tougher if the inflation rate was the same as the one that we inherited, which was 6%.
Yeah, it's tough, but it would have been worse. That's a hard argument to prosecute. But also, it comes on a day when we see the new Governor-General sworn in. She's gone from a $500,000 salary her predecessor was on to $700,000. To me, this sends all the wrong message to voters and taxpayers about what governments are doing with our tax dollars and about the indulgence of the political class. But the Coalition didn't oppose this. Why not oppose that indulgence?
For good reason. It would be easy politics to come on any show and say how out of touch and terrible that is. But if you go to our Constitution, which is the guidebook for our democracy, Section 3 outlines the salary for the Governor-General. And it says, in the absence of the Parliament deciding, it is a salary of 10,000 British pounds. Now, if you adjust that for inflation and the exchange rate, that would add up to a salary of $2.9 million. So the Parliament has exercised that power in Section 3, and it is appropriate that the head of the executive branch of government, which the Governor-General is, should have a salary that is equivalent to or more than the Chief Justice of the High Court and certainly the Prime Minister. I don't think there's anything unusual in the salary there.
How about those fathers of federation? Hey, we're actually getting her on the cheap. Now, I've got to get to Fatima Payman. Now, Senator Fatima Payman, the Muslim senator from Western Australia, now could be lost to Labor. Anthony Albanese suspended her yesterday. He was really weak on her last week. He's finally, I think, reacted to pressure from his own colleagues and suspended her now. But he says it's not actually about the Middle East policy. He's suspended her for being a political distraction. How weak is that?
Well, his inside voice has come out loud. That was an extraordinary thing to admit, that his motive for doing this was that he was annoyed at the distraction from the talking points of the day. He should be making those decisions based on principle. But Chris, can I say this? It's an important point to make. I'm a veteran of the war in Afghanistan. I went 3 times. Fatima Payman is from Afghanistan and has served in our parliament. And we have, as a Liberal Party, an Afghanistan-born candidate in Bruce, Zahid Safi. Can I just say what a wonderful thing it is about our nation that someone born in Afghanistan can serve in the Senate for the Labor Party, and well, now it was the Labor Party, and someone can serve as our candidate in the Liberal Party. We often talk down our country, and people are quick to criticise it and kick it when it's down. But that says a lot about who we are and what our democracy is. So this is a matter for the Labor Party to sort out. The gauntlet has been thrown down for the Prime Minister. He has responded very late, and his motives really should be questioned.
Look, I think it's a very good point you make. I agree with you. It's wonderful that someone like Fatima Payman can get into our Senate, but I find it almost inconceivable that she would give any succour to an organisation like Hamas, which would seek to impose on the people in the Middle East the same sort of Islamist regime she fled from Afghanistan. She fled here to escape with her family from Afghanistan. But we'll have to get back onto that topic another time. Really appreciate you joining me, Keith Wolahan, the Liberal member for Menzies, joining us from Canberra.